Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great. So, this video is gonna be a follow-up video on the third video, and so I talked about in the third video I talked about fiat currencies and money, and particularly silver. And I talked about it because I quite like it. It's not that expensive. This coin is probably about 15 euros, so actually anyone can buy this and as an investment, and it's accessible. That's why I like it. But actually, all kind of different things have been money in the past. So coconuts have been money, shells have been money, and even cigarettes have been money. But people always tend to go back to gold and silver, at least for the last 6,000 years, because it's a superior money. It's most people perceive it as money, and it's really durable, which means that you can store it and you can just leave it there, and it's not gonna deteriorate. It's still gonna be silver if you place it in there. It's not like the euro that's gonna be worth less. Well, that that kind of depends on the supply and demand of the moment that you'll take it out. But at least it won't be created out of thin air, because there's still silver being mined right now, but mining the silver also takes a lot of value, a lot of effort. So that yeah, it's not gonna be inflated away. And like I said, it's actually used for something, even when it's not used as a currency. So yeah, and it's funny. Sometimes I talk with people, and they tell me that they think investing is risky, and so what this person is telling me is that they have either bad experience themselves with investing, or have heard of someone or know someone that has bad experience investing, and therefore it's something that they are not looking into. They're not, and that's why they don't look into it, because they think it's risky. But actually, what I think is risky is having all your value in one particular thing. Most of the people I know in my direct environment, my age at least, they have most of their value in a bank account. And actually, I see a bank account as an investment. It's just a place that you have placed your value. Um, like, you can either place your value in silver coins or gold coins or cryptocurrencies, or, well, if you're a little bit older, you can put your value in a house, in a home, because you think that's a good investment. Um, so yeah, I see a bank account also um, as an investment. So if you look at it that way, it's yeah, it's all kind of risky. All things have their ups and downs, and yeah, so you just watch at all the possibilities. Just take a step back, look at all the possibilities you have, and then you can decide. Oh, I want to put my value in there, or I'll put a little bit of value in there. And like I said, all of them have their ups and downs. And some are liquid, and some are not liquid. With liquid, I mean that you can sell them really easy, and that you have cash. Like a house would not be something that is really liquid. But these coins, for example, I can just go to the shop that I bought them and hand them in, and they will give me a price, and I can decide to sell them or not. And so if you have all your value in one thing, in for example a bank account, well, consider going to a coin shop and just going there and buying some silver. It's actually kind of fun. It's actually a fun experience. And yeah, I think if you're this far into the video, you think, well, perhaps there's something there, that perhaps has value. So, and so I also wanted to talk about cryptocurrencies because I don't think that we will go back using this as the primary currency, because or money, something that we use for exchange, because it's not really convenient. Because I mean, you have to carry around a lot of these things, and yeah, you can't really break them up easily or something. But then, so that therefore, as a currency, really a cryptocurrency, really really comes in handy. It's a good use case, because actually one Bitcoin you can divide it up into like, well, sometimes people say to me, oh, but there are only oh, I don't even know, 21,000 or 21 million Bitcoins, or 21 with some zeros Bitcoins will be created. And then I'll be like, and then they're like, oh, there are too little Bitcoins, too few Bitcoins. And I'm like, yeah, but you can divide those Bitcoins up to like 0.00001 Bitcoin. Like you can break them down really really small, even further than the euros and the dollars that we have right now. So actually, I don't think there will be I don't think there will be a problem. Um, yeah. So, and now I kind of hear you thinking, yeah, but you said the euro is only faith, and that's a currency, and now you're talking about cryptocurrencies, so that's also only faith. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, but it depends on who you ask. There are a lot of different opinions about this, of course, as there are always. People have different explanations for the same thing, but yeah, I think you can say it's the trust that we lay in the system. And I think right now still a lot of people have or own euros, and that shows an amount of trust in the system. But the system is kind of failing. That's also kind of why we had the crash in 2008. And cryptocurrencies, or Bitcoin at least, is came into existence for the first time, was available for people for use right after the crisis, because people have lost faith, or some people have lost faith in the system of government money, and that's why they have built their like people have started to build their own systems. Like government is just a system, and the euro is a system, and they're all systems. And now you can choose. You can choose between the systems. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm only on in this or only on in that. I think it's just good to observe and absorb this information. Take a step back and look at it both, because yeah, for most people right now, especially in like the Western world, there's no really need for bitcoins as a currency, because our currency are, at least for now, fairly stable. But for people in, say, Venezuela or India or other places where the governments are not that responsible with the currency, it's really interesting. Yeah, and in Zimbabwe, for example, the government has destroyed their currency, and people don't trust it anymore, and for right reasons, because it's really secretive. Like, for example, you don't learn about these things in on television or in the schools, and that's because those things are, yeah, controlled. And that's why the internet is so great. Like, all barriers are down. That's why I'm actually talking to you right now, because I want to share these things. And yeah, hopefully you can prepare yourself for the things that will come in the future. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.